is going on, guys? This is SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. And this is the divisional round Beast NFL picks. Join me, the reigning 48.
In the name of the Buffalo Bills, I just sprayed a Pittsburgh beer all over my table.
Yes, it was a very interesting week, to say the least. But all I gotta say is how about them Cowboys?
You know what? Your Packers won me money. I've got nothing to say.
All right. So yeah, both of our teams won. And obviously we're in the divisional round. So with that being said, hopefully there's no postponing of games this week, as the Bills game was postponed to Monday. But doesn't seem like there's going to be a storm in Buffalo, or it's not life-threatening storm. It's not going to. A lot of people outside of Western New York don't seem to understand the concept of the fact that it wasn't
We had
postponed.
50 plus people die last year to a storm.
It wasn't because of the whole idea of that they want to play in the snow, because yeah, if it was just a normal storm, they would have played in it, but it was a life-threatening storm, and they couldn't get to the stadium. No one can get to the stadium.
If you aren't aware of what it is, let me put it this way. Basically, the biggest thing was, in case of an emergency for either team, think the Damar Hamlin situation. Yeah. If something happened, the weather was so bad, emergency personnel would not have been able to get that player to a medical facility for safety. So that is the biggest concern. Be as pissed as you want, be as mad as you want, saying they're soft, but that comes down to the player's safety and the fan safety to an extent.
And the fans. Yeah, and the fans that are traveling, or people that are coming from Pittsburgh, or even coming farther away, if they're Bills fans from other states or whatever, or Steeler fans from other states, whatever. That was the issue. Refs couldn't get to the stadium, players couldn't get to the stadium, no one could get to the stadium under those conditions, and that's why they postponed the game.
For fuck's sake, I got my wife to the hospital Sunday in the morning during a cold period, and we just got out today. And at time of recording this, it's Friday night.
Yep. Yeah.
I've been in the hospital for 5.5 days due to, in part, weather and labor. So
yeah. So yeah, it was bad, and that's why it was postponed. But it does seem like that there's not going to be a life-threatening storm this Sunday. Not sure if there will be snow, but they're saying
there should not be. No,
they're saying probably not, but who knows? But if it's just a regular snowstorm, no one's going to have an issue with playing in the damn snow. All right, that's not the issue. So yeah,
everything I've seen is that there will be no snow, and the coldest of the weekend will be tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, the Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens, 4:30. I think this is on. Okay, this is on ABC and ESPN. I'm going to take a shot in the dark here that the Ravens are the favorites.
A 9.5 point favorite.
Yes.
Before we get started, what are the standings?
What do you mean?
Like, how do we go last week? Who's still winning on the year?
Oh, I mean, everything's pretty much the same at this point, because we all picked the same guys. We were both it's one up right now. Overall record, I have one up. Season record, you have one up. And our record for last week was both 4-2.
Okay.
So it's kind of pretty close right now.
The Ravens are a 9.5 point favorite in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hate this as a Bills fan. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna start us out hot. The Houston Texans beat the Baltimore Ravens.
What?
Houston's offense is flying well. That defense is playing inspired under DeMeco Ryans. I don't trust Baltimore. I've said that all year.
Oh my God. I
I'm
didn't
calling
think
my
you'd
shot.
actually do it. I didn't think you would actually do it.
I'm calling my shot. I'm saying Houston 35, Baltimore 24. The Texans are going to the AFC Championship. And I don't like to
And
say it.
let's just clarify. You're not just saying that because you want the Bills to host the AFC Championship.
No, because I would rather face the Ravens. I would rather face the Ravens.
Oh, wow.
I would rather face the Ravens. I'm more concerned about the Texans. The Texans are a better offensive team, and that's saying something given that they're missing two starting receivers.
Wow. Holy shit, we're starting off with a bang with this one. Well, I do think the Ravens are kind of inconsistent at times. Towards the latter half of this season, they have been the most, you know, perfected team in the league. I mean, they destroyed the 49ers and stuff like that. They have been just on all cylinders. And while the last time the Ravens were the number one seed, they were one and done to an AFC South team. I don't think it's going to happen this time. The Houston Texans have absolutely overachieved this year. This was a team that I did not see being even in contention to play. I thought they were going to have a losing record.
I
Okay.
want to tell you right now, I'm mad at myself
Ah,
because I would have made a lot of money when I put my records together. If I would have, I looked at them, I crunched my numbers, and I went, how the fuck did I put Houston in the playoffs? I looked at my original bets and I went, man, Houston could be a playoff team. And if I would have put that money in, that would have been a lot of money. Because you know what their over was on wins?
I think their wins were like around 6.
5.5. So yeah, 6. You would have blown that away and won
Yeah,
quite a bit
like
of
I said, I didn't think they were. I think they were going to be a year or two away because again, it's rebuilding. They're rebuilding from the Deshaun Watson whole debacle. And while CJ Stroud has come in to own, I thought it was like, okay, he's a rookie. It's gonna take a while with that system and the new guys that they have in there now. But they've went on all cylinders. They shocked me because I thought the Cleveland Browns with that deadly defense, which their defense is better than Baltimore's defense right now, uh, they freaking shredded them. Like it really ruined what I was thinking was gonna happen.
I mean, to be fair, if we're talking about the defense and we're talking about the defense scoring or allowing points with starters on the board, they only allowed 24 points. Am I wrong?
What do you mean, like the Houston Texans?
No, the Cleveland Browns defense only allowed 24 points with starters on the board.
Against the Texans?
Yeah.
I mean, they scored more than that, but
No, they didn't. Sure shit didn't.
at the final score.
Sure shit did not. The last touchdown of the game was not
Oh
the
yeah,
starters for
it was
Cleveland.
the
And
pick,
there were 2 pick sixes.
the
They
pick
only
sixes.
scored 24 points on the starting defense.
Yeah, the pick defense or the picks on Joe Flacco, which is very very unfortunate. Um, all right, yeah, I'm gonna say the Baltimore Ravens do win though. I'm going with the safe pick here. Texans had a great season. The AFC South is a weaker division, so it was easy for them to get to the playoffs, but they have totally overachieved. They won a playoff game. Nothing can say better than what they're doing right now and for the future. But with the Ravens, they're more of a veteran team. They're a team that is on all cylinders in the latter half of the season. I am going to go with the safer pick here. I'm going to say the Baltimore Ravens do win this game. I'm going to say it is 31-24.
I guess my biggest issue here. What is Houston's defense biggest weakness?
Probably the secondary.
Covering perimeter receivers. And I'm still not buying that that is something that Baltimore's going to expose.
All right.
I listen, this is a complete coin flip of a game, and I'm taking my gut feeling. We're going with Houston.
All right. All
Did I
right.
give it? I did give a score. Did you give a score for this?
Yeah, I gave 31-24.
All right. So you're still if you were a gambling man in Vegas, you're taking.
I'd say it's a touchdown game.
If you're a gambling man in Vegas, you take Houston.
What, for the under? You're talking about for
You
the
would take Houston with the points because you would still win with the points.
Yeah, you would still win because they're 9. Yep. But yep. The next game now is my Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers is 8:15. And it is on Fox. So yeah, what are the betting odds? Because I'm assuming the Niners are probably favorites.
Same exact favorite that we just saw, 9.5-point favorite to the Niners.
All right, man. Jordan Love looked good. Aaron Jones is on all cylinders right now. My biggest concern is Jordan Love in that moment. Can he do it on in the clutch if they get down? If they get down, can he come back and win the game? That is something that has been the biggest issue with Jordan Love this entire season, is when he's been down and they have to come from behind and win the game. He hasn't been able to do it. That's been his biggest issue. He looked great last week. Aaron Jones looked great. The defense somehow looked great. To the Cowboys. What?
I'm gonna pump your brakes here.
What?
You got to stop talking about Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones had a great game.
3 rushing touchdowns.
Yes, but it's the equivalency of what you do every time you play the Chicago Bears, where you say you own the Bears. You might as well do the same with Aaron Jones, because Aaron Jones has some absurd number, like 9 touchdown runs against the Cowboys in postseason history. And the Niners are really good against running backs.
We've always won in that stadium, by the way.
I'm not saying that you don't stand a chance this week, but it does not go through Aaron Jones. I will tell you.
I think our best chance is with Aaron Jones.
I think you are out of your mind if you think that's it.
You think it's because of Jordan Love's going to win it?
I think Jordan Love will be the option to win it instead. Do you understand how few yards on the ground the Niners defense is allowing to running backs?
That's the problem. But Jordan Love's inexperienced. He's experienced.
But they're allowing less than 70 yards a game to running backs. If you're going to totally
Aaron Jones is
a
receiver. He can be a receiver too. He can do it on the flat and the screens.
Do you want to know how many yards they're allowing to the receiver, to a running back in receptions? Because I can pull that number too.
Okay.
Let me go to my trusty dusty cheat sheet here.
What do we got for stat line here?
San Francisco, on average, has allowed 64.5 yards rushing on the ground, 5 receptions for 35 yards, two running backs. I'm sorry to tell you.
He hasn't played
But you're not winning the game on a grand total of 100 yards.
They haven't played Aaron Jones yet, though.
Nobody this year's played Aaron Jones until the Cowboys. He didn't do a damn thing all year.
That's because he was injured. But now he's back and he's healthy.
And they need a receiver.
Yeah, we do need a receiver. You're right. But no, with Aaron Jones, like, he's fresh now. He's got fresh legs. He haven't played the 49ers yet. I don't know, man. I think this is going to be the key. I think if anything we've seen last week, is that we think people are strong and then they look like shit. Look how shitty the Eagles looked like. Look how shitty the Browns looked like. Like, anything we could see in these playoffs, anything can happen at this point. Everybody thought the Cowboys were great because they had a number 1 offense. They looked like shit. So anything can happen. My point being is, I got to do it. My gut, my heart is in this, man. Go Pack, go. Green Bay Packers upset the 49ers in San Fran. And it's going to be revenge sweet. It's going to be freaking 27-20. Go Pack, go.
I'm going to ask you to go pack your bags to go back to wherever you came from with that absurd thought process. Um, Listen, again, I'm not trying to shit on your parade and rain on your Packers because they blew everybody's mind. However, I think even more concerned, like we need to send you to a psych ward to think that the Packers are going to hang 27. Here's the thing: it's going to be a close game. If I'm a betting man, which I am, I'm taking the Packers in the points. I will take the Packers in the points. However, I think this is going to be the lowest scoring game of the weekend. I truthfully think you're looking at like 21-17 final. Niners do it. Here's the biggest problem. What is your weakest position defensively? You're not very good at stopping the run.
Joe Barry is the weakest point in our
That's the offensive coordinator, buddy.
defensive coordinator.
I thought Barry was offensive.
No, he's defensive. That's
regardless. You can't stop the fucking run.
Joe
Christian
Barry
McCaffrey's going to carve you up like a Thanksgiving turkey. I ain't telling you it's going to be Brock Purdy because it's not. I think we're seeing Brock Purdy come back down to earth. I think and I put this one up there, hold me accountable, but in 3 years, when it's asked who's the better quarterback, it will be Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love is the better quarterback between him and Brock Purdy. But for this circumstance, I think the Niners eke it out. I'm saying 21-4 or 21-17 final.
All right. We'll be here next week if the Packers are in the NFC Championship game. All I gotta say, we're freaking ready for that parade.
I'm not. I might jump off like a bridge, like a very short bridge. I'm not going to do like severe bodily harm, but it's going to be the same exact time that we record. I'm just sorry, jumped off a bridge.
All right. Anyways, Sunday game, first one of the day, 3:00. And I believe is this on Fox? Oh, it's just on NBC. Okay. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions.
Lions are the home team and a 6-point favorite. We called it last week. We said that we said the Bucs would upset the Eagles. It ends here.
And the Eagles look abysmal. Exactly what I said. They looked abysmal. They couldn't even get the little precious tush push sneak.
No, that team is a train wreck. They've lost faith in the quote in Nick Sirianni. They don't have faith in Jalen Hurts. Something happened there. That's the exact same thing.
I called it after they lost to Kansas City. That I said they were looking bad.
It's the same exact thing that the media tried with Buffalo when they said, "Oh, Buffalo's fried. They're done." Except for here's the problem: the team rallied around Josh Allen and Sean McDermott. The Eagles did not, and it's not going to help them that the king of the tush push, Jason Kelsey's now retired. The Eagles are in for it. Yeah. However, this is about the Bucs and the Lions. The Buccaneers drew the lucky card. Might as well have been a 1 in 500 chance for the lottery. They hit the lottery last week. It ain't happening this week. I think the Lions are legit. I think the Lions blow them out of the water here. I'm going 35-17. Detroit hosts. Frank's hoping the best case scenario, he gets Detroit and Green Bay goes to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. But Detroit's going to the NFC Championship.
Well, I'll agree with you on one thing. I do think the Lions will win this game, but I will say this: if we play them in the NFC Championship, we kicking no ass. Just like on Thanksgiving, we covering them up with the turkey. Anyways, so I do agree. I do think the Detroit Lions win. It was a close game last week, but I think they get off the hinge on it. Tampa Bay is a decent team, but I don't think they're a great team. They kind of got lucky in their division. And
Tampa Bay is the prototypical late 2000s, early 2010s NFC South team. They're gonna finish at 9-7. They're not great, but they did it. They got there. They did win all round.
They won 9-0 against the Panthers to win the
division. Exactly.
Who were the worst team in the league. But they got lucky playing the Eagles. The Eagles were they were pretty much dead at that point, and they got lucky thing that they got a home game and they went against probably one of the weakest teams going into the playoffs. Detroit Lions are going to be Dan Campbell and those guys. They're going to have the troops ready. I think the Detroit Lions win 28-13. I think they easily get it done. I don't think this is a competition. This is going to be the one of those. This is going to be a one where it's just like, this is going to be the blowout one. This is going to be the one. It's like, whatever. It's over. Done. Lions win. They're in the NFC Championship game as much as it pains me to say. But at the same time, if my Packers win, which I know they will, we'll get them in the NFC Championship game and we'll beat them because we own the Lions. Oh, yeah. There you go. Final game, Sunday, 6:30. Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills on CBS. Who's the favorites here?
The Bills are a 2.5-point favorite.
Only 2, okay. So the Kansas City Chiefs, they've just last week they beat the Dolphins pretty easily in that cold game. It was so cold that Patrick Mahomes actually lost his damn helmet. Literally. Well, cracked part of it.
Shattered.
Literally. Yeah. They're in a now colder stadium in Buffalo. So this will be the first time that the Bills get to host Patrick Mahomes at the stadium in a playoff game rather than going to Arrowhead.
Okay, go. Let's double down on this. That's the first time Patrick Mahomes has played a road playoff game.
Oh, I didn't even realize he hadn't played a road game
ever. This is his first road playoff game ever.
Right. That's going to be an interesting element too, since we don't know how he'll play in the road. But Dolphins last week, cold weather, it wasn't going to do good for them. That's why it was easy for Kansas City to win that game. Now you're playing a team, and while we can all debate on the matched up that they had early on in the season, controversy, even though it wasn't really controversial because it was a fucking penalty. But that's always going to look at, well, it was still a close game. But I look at it this way. Kansas City have not looked hot going into the playoffs. They played a Dolphins team that aren't used to the cold weather. They got them pretty easily because of that, because Kansas City was more experienced at this. When you're playing a cold weather team like the Bills in Buffalo, the Bills are hot right now. I think Buffalo easily gets it done. I don't think it will be a 3-point game. I think it will be, I got it 31-20. I think Buffalo takes it pretty easily by the 4th. Bills.
I think my biggest concern here is that the Bills and the Chiefs have drawn Sean Hockley as the ref assigned.
At Hockley's son.
Yeah, and Sean Hockley has made it known that I don't know if it's coincidental or what, but 3 of the 4 games he's played against Buffalo, he has called over 9 penalties and over 100 yards and penalty yards against the Bills. He is known for doing this against away teams or home teams, whatever it is. He's an absolute nuisance.
Is he done it for Kansas City?
I didn't see any stats on Kansas City, but Hockley's also the same ref that on the horse collar call, go back 7 weeks now, the Philadelphia Eagles game, when Josh Allen got wrapped up with the horse collar and they called the intentional grounding instead, Sean Hockley. So that, as a Bills fan, makes me nervous. I don't trust the refereeing crew here. However, we also don't know how Patrick Mahomes is going to function away from Arrowhead in a playoff game. I think Buffalo's starting to fire on all cylinders. I think the biggest situation is they did just get Rasul Douglas back. He did sit out the Pittsburgh game. He will be active for this game as a cornerback. That is huge news. The Chiefs do not scare me offensively as much as they have in years past. However, I don't think this is going to be like a gimme game. I would love it. If I'm at the half and they're up 4 touchdowns, I'm going to do cartwheels down Washington Avenue.
I wouldn't do that because we were up by that much, and I still was like, hey, let's keep it going.
You're right, but if we're up that much against the Chiefs, I'm doing it because I think at that point, Sean McDermott's telling him, don't take your foot off the gas. However, I don't think it's going to be that. I think we're looking at a very close game. I think the refs could depend this game. I'm going to go on the limb and say Buffalo does it 31-28.
Oh, wow. Close.
It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be a game that Josh has to put his big boy pants on and has to win this game for the town.
Yep. This is Allen. Allen's got to do. See, Allen's going through the dilemma that Peyton Manning went through with Tom Brady. He's got to get over that hump in the playoffs.
Listen. When all is said and done, how many Super Bowls did Peyton Manning get Indianapolis?
1.
I just want 1. I don't fucking care. If Josh Allen is my Peyton Manning and he gets me 1 and keeps it relevant, great. Party for everybody. I'm jumping on the parade float.
You'll be jumping off 10 tables.
I'm jumping through 10 tables. If I'm scouring the internet if they go to the Super Bowl and buying every folding table possible. I am going to drag you out of your house and throw you off the roof through a folding table and scream "Go Bills" as I do it.
Oh, well, oh, shit. I don't want that. I
didn't say I was going to steal your bike.
No. All right. So, those are all the games. You've predicted them all. And yeah, this will be until the AFC and NFC championship game. Make sure to comment, rate, like this video, my other videos. Please subscribe. Make sure to subscribe up there, wherever it is. If you're watching the website, redirect. And look out for the shorts. Try to get as many up we can. Look out for my Green Bay Packers Beast recap episode for when we play the 49ers. I'll break down the matchup. Hopefully it will be positive news when I break that down, just like the Cowboys one was. Yeah. Make sure, Kyle, your ice cream thing.
Yeah, he's got about another week before he comes back, but hit up Nikki Two Scoops over on Colvin Boulevard, same plaza as GFY the bar. Hit up our dude Kyle, especially with the Super Bowl coming up. If you like chicken wings, you like watching football with chicken wings, hit him up. Chicken_dipping on Instagram or chickendipping.com. Use code 716 for 15% off your order. Those are my 2 things.
All right. And that's it, guys. Enjoy the games, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. He is the reigning 48. We out of here. Peace.